No.
The best fighter of the world is Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford, number one, yeah?
Yeah.
Terence Crawford would beat a prime Mayweather.
The boxing world is on fire. Terence "Bud" Crawford, after shocking the sport with his dominant win over Canelo Alvarez, is now at the center of the ultimate debate. Could he beat Floyd Mayweather at his peak?
Oh, good uppercut.
That debate turned explosive when ESPN's Stephen A. Smith said Crawford would beat Mayweather. Floyd didn't stay silent. The undefeated 50-0 legend snapped back, defending his legacy in fiery fashion.
Terence Crawford is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this four-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion 3 times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts. You don't see people doing that very often. Going up against a guy who was perceived as being bigger and stronger, Crawford was strong. Crawford was strong enough to fend him off, strong enough to make him respect his own power. He used his jab. He used his distance. He had poise in the ring. He wasn't rattled. He backed up and moved when necessary and kept his different. He exchanged enough to gain respect when necessary. It was a brilliant, brilliant, masterful fight on Terence Crawford's part.
This isn't just Crawford versus Mayweather. This is about pride, legacy, and who deserve to be called the greatest of this generation.
You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights, or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
Crawford's performance against Canelo changed everything. Critics said he was too small, moving up too far in weight. But once the fight started, Crawford took control. His jab, footwork, and counterpunching neutralized Canelo. Round after round, Bud dictated the pace.
This is the punch that Crawford has been getting hit with all night.
Great for boxing. Beautiful.
Good uppercut. Time will tell.
Good uppercut.
The result wasn't close. Crawford didn't just win, he dominated. That's when fans began asking the unthinkable. If he can dismantle Canelo, could he handle Mayweather? Stephen A. Smith took that thought further. On ESPN, he said Crawford's versatility, switch hitting, and finishing instinct would give him the edge over Mayweather. His exact words: if they fought at their peak, I'd take Terence Crawford over Floyd Mayweather. That set Floyd off.
Here with Mr. Terence Crawford himself, arguably the best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. You wanted this fight, that's what you told me. You told it to me.
I don't think he wanted the fight at first because he felt like it was a lose-lose situation, especially me having one fight at 154 and him getting backlash against Charlo and things like that. So
Mayweather clapped back hard. He reminded the world of his resume: De La Hoya, Mosley, Pacquiao, and even Canelo himself. Floyd said there's no comparison, calling himself the king and questioning Crawford's accomplishments.
Mayweather was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Yeah.
He would go into a ring knowing he had no shot at knocking somebody out because his hands were hurt too much, and literally walked in the ring and said, I'm gonna embarrass you and humiliate you by showing the world you can't hit me.
But fans noticed something new. Floyd sounded passionate, maybe even defensive. For once, he looked like a man protecting his throne.
Canelo after the fight said that Crawford was way better than Floyd. You know Crawford, you know Canelo, you know Floyd. What do you think? Who would win in a fight?
My man. I have to disagree because Floyd Mayweather toyed with Canelo. Like, he literally toyed with him. He didn't get hit at all. Not one time. And Crawford, yeah, he's more of a fighter, boxer. Mayweather's more of a boxer. But I have to disagree. I think Mayweather is much more superior than Crawford.
Shane Mosley, who fought Floyd and trained around Crawford, gave a balanced view. He admitted Floyd's defense was nearly impossible to crack, but he also said Crawford's switch hitting, power, and creativity are weapons Floyd never had to face, mostly didn't pick a winner. But he proved this isn't a one-sided debate.
Floyd Mayweather, though, is a legendary athlete. What makes a legendary athlete is the one who wants to compete. He's notorious for dodging fights when they should happen.
Floyd is so afraid to lose. He grew up in a different era. In the era that I grew up in, it was who was the best, and I will fight anybody that doesn't matter who's in my way.
Right.
Floyd's era, what he created was, we're not gonna lose. So if you lose, then everything's messed up. So he wanted to win so bad until he would wait till the guys would be at the right time or weight or age or whatever, past their prime. He waited for the right time to go in there and do what he had to do. But he's a winner. He wants to win. So whatever it takes, not just in the ring, but outside the ring, he's gonna win. He wanted to have the only person to have the O and leave out like that, with just having no loss.
That's killing boxing.
Andre Ward, Crawford's close friend, was more direct. He said Crawford breaks opponents mentally and adjusts better than anyone in the game. Ward respects Floyd, but he insists Bud's adaptability makes him a nightmare even for Mayweather.
I don't remember the last time that I've heard Gervonta Davis say, I'm in boxing to be the greatest fighter of all time. I've heard him say that he's better than certain guys in his weight class, or this kid can't beat me. I've heard that. I can't remember, and maybe y'all can keep me honest online. The last time I've heard Gervonta Davis talk about his legacy in the ring, like I'm building my legacy, I'm trying to outdo Floyd in legacy. I think it started like that for him. But the influence of Floyd Mayweather, Money Man, not Pretty Boy, but the Money Man, and building your brand and selling tickets and selling pay-per-views and becoming a household name, that's also a legacy. You got the legacy in the ring and you got the legacy in terms of how you sold. I believe Gervonta Davis is more focused on selling tickets and making money and securing his future for himself and his family. He said it out of his own mouth. I ain't got nothing else to prove. If you're trying to be one of the greatest fighters of all time, it's still a whole lot to prove. My point is, Roy, I don't think, should everybody hold this man to the standard that they hold him to and say, you not fighting nobody, yeah, you making money, but you ain't really fought nobody. If he don't even care about that, that's not even something that he's really focused on. If his main focus is the money, and his main focus is getting out of boxing without getting hurt and retiring on his own terms, shouldn't his fan base and other people get on board with that if that's not even his goal? How can we hold him to something like that if he don't even hold himself to that?
Tim Bradley broke it down technically. Floyd's defense, untouchable. His IQ, unmatched. But Crawford, he hurts people. Bradley argued that Crawford's aggression and ability to finish fights could sway judges in a close matchup.
Terence Crawford would beat a prime Mayweather.
Canelo, who lost to both men, made his choice. For him, Mayweather is still superior. He admitted Crawford is great, but Floyd's style was too slick, too frustrating, and completely shut him down.
If you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Roy Jones Jr. added a deeper layer. He said Floyd's eruption isn't just about Crawford's skills, it's about brand and business. If fans start believing Crawford is better, Floyd's empire and his status as the best ever takes a hit.
Do you respect the Floyd 50-0, or is it like?
You gotta respect anything a person does and stay undefeated that long. So I respect it to a degree, yeah. Is it a 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah. Chavez was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could have retired at 80-0. You go ever top that? No. He just didn't stop, right? You got the 50 and you stopped because of Rocky Marciano.
Right.
So Rocky died. If he wouldn't die, he probably would have kept going too. So and then at the end, you fight a guy that's 0-0 for number 50. How can I respect it? Yeah. You feel me? Right. So, I mean, I love Floyd, don't get it wrong, I'm not hating on Floyd, but come on, bro, you fight a guy that's 0-0, Conor McGregor was 0-0, and they let you do that?
This raises the big question. Is Floyd simply defending his record? Or is he feeling insecure? For all his confidence, Mayweather seemed rattled. Crawford represents something Floyd never wanted to face. The idea someone could surpass him.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah. We ain't going out that much.
Now,
on one side, Mayweather, undefeated, a defensive genius who beat every name of his era.
Floyd is strong in the clinch now. It's just a matter of time here. Now he's got him in the corner. Now he's a sitting duck.
McGregor hit with a right hand and he tries to survive.
Oh,
he is loose. On wobbly legs. He's about to go. Floyd Mayweather has McGregor on the run. A sharp left hook, another hook, and it's over. Robert Bird says it's over.
On the other, Crawford, the destroyer, undisputed in multiple divisions, a man who just beat Canelo and looks untouchable himself.
I was excited to see Bud perform the way he performed against Canelo. I think boxing needed that fight. I think Bud showed up in the way he was supposed to. I think Canelo did as well, and the respect between the two men is what boxing is supposed to be. I can't talk about all the eras of boxing because I haven't seen them all, but I've seen Hagler Hearns. I've seen Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler. Like I've seen all those things, and those fights were wars. Floyd Mayweather is the best boxer I've ever seen. He's the most skilled boxer I've ever seen. Bud, and this is just my opinion, is the baddest man I've seen wear boxing gloves. And here's why I say that.
RC.
Here's why I say that. Bud is extremely skilled, right? Yet not as skilled as Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather made people look foolish, right? And so if I had to say who's the greatest I've seen, and Bud said it right, the best of an era and the best of an era, it's Floyd. But when I watched Bud against Canelo, there was this extreme skill on display, and there was a level of crazy that's different. There was a level of, and Floyd's extremely tough. Go back to Shane Mosley and the 2 punches he landed early in the fight and the way that he embarrassed him. I'm not saying that Floyd's not tough. Floyd's not a bad man. But there was domination inside that ring we saw this weekend. Yeah. And there's no fear in him in the way that he's attacked gaining notoriety. Bud's been the baddest man for 12 years. But no one gave him credit because he didn't go tell you he was the baddest man. He didn't market that. He just went out and fought and beat people and knocked people out. So he had to move up and take the bigger fights and the better fights. And he was Errol Spence. We realized just how great he was. Canelo cemented him on what is the two-headed monster that marks the greatest of the 2000s. Floyd Mayweather is on that. And Bud Crawford is right next to him. I don't think we have to pick on who's better. I think they both dominated their eras equally.
Fans are split. Some say Floyd's resume is ironclad. Others argue Crawford's skills make him even more dangerous.
Who are some guys that you would put in that level with Musk, like Musk?
Well, Musk is Musk, right?
He's the pinnacle, but who else would you put in that space?
I have respect for anyone who's kind of similar. I'm trying to think of people who I idolize and really look up to. Some of them are fighters. Like I always loved Mayweather. I think Mayweather's the best boxer in history.
Really?
Yeah, I liked Mayweather. I was a huge fan.
Best boxer in history.
Yeah.
Ahead of Ali.
Yeah. I mean, Ali's Ali, right? But Mayweather's never lost. He's never lost to anybody. And I liked him because he was so clinical and so precise. And he took his ego out of it and said, I want to have a longer career than everyone else. So I'm going to focus on not getting hit and hitting him. I may not get the knockout. I don't need the knockout. I've won. Just win, clinical, chess. Win, payday. Win, payday. Your fight was boring. 100 bill, whatever. 100 mil, whatever. Yeah, boring. Cool. next, win. He was really smart. So I like Mayweather. He's someone I've always looked up to and I really respect.
Floyd is retired. Crawford is still active, but age is catching up. Is Floyd Mayweather truly untouchable? Or has Terence Crawford already shown enough to prove he could take...
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
That's the story. Floyd Mayweather's fiery reaction, Stephen A. Smith's bold claim, and a boxing world divided.
Yo, yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay, I'm just asking. Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
Now it's your turn. Who wins, Mayweather's genius or Crawford's grit? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more coverage of boxing's debates.